This is loud. What's crackin' lacking? Yo, what's up, Yeet? Yeet Forest Games? What's up, Mr. Stoats? I know you. I see you. Oh, not that. Oh, yeah. Wrong way. Now school's over, I can be your streams. Sick, man. Hopefully you had a good school year. I hope you had a good school year. Okay, just getting some stuff in here. I got 4.0 every term. Shoot, man. You're like wicked smart. Wicked smart. Your brother struggled to get a 3.5. Honestly, I don't even know what I had. I can't remember. I struggled though. School was not... Actually, I actually really enjoyed school. I just wasn't very good at it. Okay. If my audio is messed up, let me know. And I'll mess with it a little bit. For some reason, my settings get cracked. I actually can't see other people's messages. That's weird. Well, you're the only one messaging, so that would be why. Okay. Got some things to do here today. Got some things to do today. So, I believe that fix buttons is one thing. Pull buttons on. Fix buttons. What else? Input names. Yeah. Correct names. Ah, hola, amigo. Input correct names. And not being capitalized is going to bother me. And then level select. Let's probably fine then. What's up, John? Hopefully, I hope you're doing good today. What do I need to do with the level select? What do I need to do with the level select? Gradient mask. Gradient mask. Gradient mask. So far so good. Just working. Nice. Nice, my dude. Yo! I have some stuff I want to talk about today. That, John, you might be interested in, actually. John? I got a question for you when you're ready. What else? What do I need to do? I guess you need to draw up the buttons. Draw level buttons. What else? What else? Ooh, got my interest peaked. John, have you ever heard of the Sock Pop Collective? Have you ever heard of that? Also, if my audio is totally screwed up, let me know. Okay. Gradient, draw level buttons. This coffee's hitting me real hard right now. All jittery. get it working, I guess. Whoa! Oh, wait. My thing jumped and I thought it said 6 viewers, and I was like, hey. I don't think so. When you have a moment, you should check them out. What they are, basically, is it's for individual developers. And what they do is they share a Patreon. And I think it's like it might be every month. Every month the Patreon releases a new game. And that game was made by one of the developers. And so they are in rotation. So there's 4 devs. So there's 4 devs. And let's say one dev releases on January, and then the next one releases on February, you know, so on and so forth. So that guy that released their game in January has 4 months then to make another game that they release on January. And they release these games on their Patreon, and that's like what they do. Like, people like go and pay for the Patreon to play their games. And this is just like super interesting to me. I've just been reading about what they're doing, and it's like, it's such an interesting idea that I kind of want to like learn more about and like see how they're doing it. And like, they have like, I think they have like 3,000 Patreon people. It's just wild. Like, they're like finding a ton of success, and it's really cool. My KPPs are off the charts right now. What is going on? Yeah, I'm like I'm like, I know, Yeet, I know, it's crazy. But what's cool is that you're kind of working on a team, but kind of not working on a team. Like you have like people around you that are like going towards the same goal, yet you kind of have the freedom of a solo dev. It's like really, like, it's actually like a really cool idea. I don't know, John, I just know you're really good at making small games, and I don't know, it just seems like such a cool idea. I don't know. And their games aren't huge. They're like I heard someone describe it as like a, what is it? Like a Game Jam Plus game. Like it's like a Game Jam game that's like a little bit more. And so everyone in their Patreon gets the game for free. And then they also sell their games on Steam. So like, it just incentivizes everyone to, and like, they're just releasing like a ton of games. Yeah, I even share assets for them as well. I'm down for something like that. It would give me motivation and inspiration to finish a game. Dude, I'm telling you, we just like, I just have to like, man, like I'm trying to like think of all the perspectives of it, you know, like what, like, first of all, so the thing is you have to find people that are committed, like really, like, you, like, they have a track record of like, you know, hitting deadlines and stuff like that, because like the whole thing rests upon like everybody like, okay, your game is this month, like you good to go, you know. And like, I'm assuming like if someone's like falling behind, they're like, okay, let's jump on to like save your game, because apparently the Sock Pop Collective, like, they share all of their like all the money that comes in, they split like quarters, I guess, like split down into quarters. Like everybody gets a split of it. Even if a game does really well, or if a game doesn't do well, all the money that comes in, they split. And that's just like a really, like, that's like really cool. It's a really interesting idea. And it's just, I've really been like thinking about it, you know? The thing is like, you need to find devs that are like, not only like good developers, but like ones that are like ready to go, you know, like that want to do it, you know, and not just like one or two. You need like a small group, you know. So yeah, but I just like the idea of like solo, like you're kind of a solo dev, but kind of part of a team. It's kind of like the best of both worlds. It's really cool. It's like a really interesting idea. So I don't know. So that's what I've been thinking about lately. Sheesh, I'm like dying here. No more coffee for me. I'm about to lose my mind. I'm shaking. Can you see it? Shaking like a leaf here. Yeah, I'm so down. We should chat about this more in Discord. Yeah, I have a lot going on right now, but that's the cool thing, is that like if you can get enough developers, you're not making huge games. I don't know, it could just be like a cool like side hustle kind of thing. I don't know. And then like I was thinking, like, what if, like, you know, again, you're working as a solo developer, but like John, like you were saying, like, yo, I'll share my assets with like the team, with the collective, you know? And like, what if you had a guy that was like an artist, like yourself, John, and then someone else who was like their key trait was like a musician, and then you had another developer whose key trait was like programming, and then like you're all like working as a team sort of, but not working as a team, and it's like, I don't know, it sounds really cool. So I don't know. It's really cool. I might make a post about it in the Discord. See, yeah. What if we tried it out with like 12 people, so we had a game every month, but each person only releases once a year? That is an idea, Yeet. But see, that's like the thing. It's like you almost need a smaller group, because, well, if you had a group of 12, you could make bigger games, which you could put a larger price tag on. I think what they have going is that, like, that's a good amount of time for a game jam, game plus. I don't know, there's lots of kinks and stuff. Music is habit. Okay. Oh wow, yeah, you're right. All right, hold on. Okay. Man, it's just so sensitive when it's down low. Okay. All right, let me know if the music gets too loud again. It's like really low right now. I can go lower, but yeah. Yes, John. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know. It's like you need a lot of talent and you need a lot of commitment. Yeet Force, to your point, is like you would need like I think it functions best with a smaller group, because the expectation is that the games are smaller. Like, I don't think you would want to go into it. Yeah. Yes, that's exactly my point, John. Is that like you want the expectation to be that it is a small game. Like you want to be positive that the expectation is that you're making small games. We're not trying to make larger games, but the games are real good. Like, I'm even thinking, like, I don't know if you guys ever played A Short Hike, but like a short hike, you can beat, like, if you could probably speed run a short hike in like 10 minutes, you know, but it's like chock full of stuff. So like the gameplay, it's like you just need a good loop, you know. I don't know. I've been thinking about it a lot. I don't know if it's something I want to be serious, like I want to get serious about, but it just seems like a no-brainer. That's the thing. It seems like such a no-brainer. I don't know. The camera is annoying me. Okay, all right. Let's get into it here. Gradient mask. Level buttons. I just got to get the level. Let's get it working. Actually, I also need... what else do I need? I am going crazy. Also, personal... Yeah. Um, level transition works. And I think in there, I think I want, what ability do I want within that? I think pop-up window to make sure. Yeah, now my mind is racing with the possibilities and what could be offered to supporters and everything. Genius idea. Dude, I know. Go check out their GDC. They have a GDC talk that's like, oh, it's like, they're like, why are more people not doing this? You know? And I think that, I think it hinges on a few things. First of all, the games need to be good, you know? The games need to be good. You need people that can function in that environment, you know, like people who like doing game jams, people who are good at making game jams, you know. I love making game jams, but am I good at making game jams? I'm not sure, but I don't know, it just seems like it's such an interesting idea. Pop-up window to make sure you that there's a level transition, like a transition animation. Okay. How are y'all doing today, guys? We doing good? We doing good? I am like, ooh. Oh man. And what I want for my enemies is Mischief Motors. Good afternoon, sirs. Mischief Motors, how you doing today? Enemy color desaturation when enemies, oh my gosh, close. Nice. I'm good. Been drowning in indecision lately on my game and direction. Anyone else get in that way? Anyone else get in that way? Yes, 100%. I kind of am getting that way with Prepare the Past, actually. I'm like, okay, either I need to finish it like in 2 weeks, or I need to spend like another 6 months on it, which is terrifying. I'm like getting to that point now. Okay, I think that is a good enough. I think that's what I'm doing today. By the way, guys, I am using an application called DevMatter. It is an application made by devs for devs, and I am the dev that's making it. So this is obviously an early build, but it's for game dev projects. So yes. Okay, I think now I'm slowly creeping up to the finishing stages. Nice plug. That looks cool. Yeah, that's cool. I've been it though. Only one big feature to implement, and then it's content balancing and polish. Yep. Yup-a-roo. Nice content plug. Thank you, Mythal. Thank you, John. Yeah, it's tough. It is excruciatingly difficult. I think what I'm going to do is... So what I need to do is start making buttons. Let me see if I can create one button here. Let me see if I can create one button to kind of get a gist of it. Man, I haven't seen Defective Gamer in a while. I hope he's doing good. I have questions about a sprite. I'd like to ask him. Okay. Mithril Age, or not Mithril Age, Mischief Motors, I have a question for you. If you're here still. By the way, you said it was called Sock Hop. It's called Sock Pop. I'll throw it in the Discord. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I haven't seen Joe in like 1,000 years. The hardest part for me is touching things that I had no experience in, and having to pull through like level design. You have to make some to get better. Hard to stay motivated. 100% Mischief Motors. Mischief Motors. Have you heard of the Sock Pop Collective? Whoops-a-daisy. They have, get this. So they have, I'm just gonna share this. So I don't think I'm sharing anything. So this is their Patreon. Get a load of this. 4,000 members. 4,000 members. And 600K a month. Or no, not 600K. Wow, not 600K. 6,000, 6K. Gosh, that is not it. 6K a month. Sock Pop Collective is a group of 4 developers who they each make a game and release a game a month. So that means each developer has 4 months to make a game. And then they release those games on their Patreon for free. I mean, not for free. You have to join their Patreon to get the game. But they release a quality game every 4 months to their Patreon. So, I mean, 6K is 6K, 100%. And that's just with the Patreon. That's just with Patreon. Imagine, I mean, like, they also sell their games on Steam as well. 1 second. Music turned off. But, what was I saying? I got sidetracked. I forget what I was saying. What was I talking about? They release their game. They release a game once a month on their Patreon for people who subscribe to their Patreon. Doesn't cost them anything. And then they release those games also on Steam as well. Yeah, they release their game on Steam as well. Yeah. And so, yeah, here's their They release all kinds of games. Like, yeah. And like, look at this game. This game is crazy. You know? Can I look at this? Or do I have to be... Well, look at this game. I'm not going to play the music, but this is like a sock pop game. One complete game or one in 1 month. So, wow, quality is awful. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So this is a game that... Okay, hold on. Mischief Motors says, one complete game in 1 month? Yes. So, hold on. Let me clarify. So there's 4 developers, and they each make a game. So one developer releases a game in January, let's say, and then developer number 2 releases their game in February, and so on and so forth for each developer. And then that means each developer has 4 months to make one game. That then, like if they release their game, one game in January, they would have until January, February, March, April, May. They would have until May to release their next game. And these games are not big at all. They're kind of like game jam games, but a little bit more. So they release those games on their Patreon. And like I said, they have 4,000 members making $6K a month, which is crazy town. And then they also release their games on Steam and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's just such an interesting model, you know? I don't know. I heard about it on a podcast yesterday, and I just have not been able to stop thinking about it. So I don't know. It's a really cool thing. I was just curious of your thoughts on it. Like, do you think that's something... I'm just trying to figure out what's the negative. There's got to be negatives to it. What's the negative? You know? The idea is nice. Yes, it is. The idea is nice. So the games are sold or free on Steam. They are sold on Steam and technically free to people on their Patreon. Subscribers to their Patreon. But I made a decent Metroidvania in less than a month. And that is with working... Yes, I'm telling you, John. The negative is I'm still doing what I would be doing anyways. Exactly. To people who already make smaller games, because the struggle when you're like a solo devs making small games, you're like, how am I it's like, how am I? It just removes more of the risk because you're putting, as a team, as a collective, you're putting out more stuff, and like, so like if one game totally tanks. If one developer makes a game and it's like garbage, no one plays it, whatever. Like, it's not like, oh shoot, now I'm screwed now. No, like the other guy has a game coming out next month, and since you're a collective, you share everything. And so, like, I don't know. I don't know. Where's the negative? And it's like, again, I'm like talking it up, but it's like the perks of being a solo developer and on a team, because you get to make the games you want to make. Obviously they have to be smaller in scope, but a negative could be making bigger games. Like, I couldn't make Mischief Motors in 4 months, but probably could make it in 6 to 8 months. So if making small games keeps you motivated, that's cool. That is the thing. I guess that is the negative. If you do like making larger games, you probably can't do it. However, I agree with you, Mischief Motors. But the cool thing is, sorry, I just shouted into the mic. Obviously we all know the more you do game dev, the better you get at it. So like a game that you made, like, you could probably make larger and larger games the more you do it, because you just get better at doing it, you know? Obviously you're never going to be able to make like a Destiny or something like that, you know? But the thing is like, you're never going to be able to make a Destiny game without a team in general anyways. So it's really like, if you like to make smaller games, exactly. Yeah, it really comes down to, if you like to make smaller games, this is the way to do it. You know, it's what it seems like. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm thinking, man. Maybe releasing games could be like MVPs. 4 months for MVP 1 straight up. Straight to early access, then 4 months later you complete it and release. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I agree with you, Mischief. Mischief, like, have you like done game jams? I'm just curious. I gotta pee like the dickens, but I'll be right back. But let me know. Have you ever made like game jam games or smaller games, Mischief Motors? I'll be right back. I haven't because of time. Sorry. The song that's playing now, John? Or the previous song? I haven't. Because of time constraints, I work full time and have kids. Making my game and playing ball hockey takes the rest of my time. If I do a game jam, my game wouldn't have moved forward. It depends on the type of games you like to play. I like a little bigger. I like it a little bigger than 1 month of dead time. Not sure how much game I could make in 4 months. I should try it if I ever go full time. Yeah, that banjo song. Yeah, it's phenomenal. Greg made it. Greg makes all the music for Soul Engine's games. He's like kind of a co-owner of Soul Engine. He's awesome. Yes. That is, I guess, the only negative. The only negative I can think of, and I just thought of another positive, but the only negative I could think of is that, like, if you wanted to make a slightly larger game, well, you know what you could do? Is, like, let's say you did want to make a slightly larger game. Okay. Okay. Well, then, how about the next time you make, like, how about if you wanted to make a larger game? You take one of the games that's supposed to be yours. I see huge projects though. It's a great idea. Yeah. And like to your point, Mischief, it's like I totally like just make a sequel. Yeah. But like what you could do is like, okay, this month I'm gonna make a freaking tiny game, like smaller than the typical one, so that I can make one that's larger than the typical one. I don't foresee myself ever making a game larger. You know what's funny? Well, I can only really foresee myself. So if Prepare the Past is the benchmark for me making games, I don't really foresee myself making games much bigger than Prepare the Past. You know, I've been working on Prepare the Past since February. And a lot has happened in my wife had surgery, and we started some new side work and stuff like that. So it's been a pretty eventful past few months. But I could probably have made prepared, if I was crunch time, baby, I could have probably made Prepare the Past in a 4-month time frame. Especially if I was doing it full time. What I like though is it's building a brand and loyalty. You're getting an audience. Now you also have to build an audience and have a profitable Patreon. Exactly, Mischief Motors. And what I was thinking is okay, that means you're as a company, let's say, as a collective, you're releasing about, let's just lowball it and say you're releasing 2 games a year. What? 4 times 3 is 12. But you're not releasing, right? 4 times 3? Yeah. Yeah. But think about it like this. You're releasing so many games. All of those games are on Steam. So the longer you do it, the net of games you have grows larger and larger and larger. That means income. If you have 100 games out there that are $3, that net is so big. That net's huge. So you're gonna have games selling all the time, even if they are $3, and that net is only going to get larger and larger and larger as you create more games. I don't know. To me, it's just if you're already doing this, if you're already making small games, it's a no-brainer. Less risk too. Exactly. That's what I was saying. More reward. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Is I don't know if you're here, but if you have a game that totally bombs, everyone's oh dude, this game is garbage. It's trash. The Sock Pop Collective had a terrible game this month, but all you have to wait is till next month, and you have another game, and so it's I don't know. It's just there's a lot less risk, especially if you're because how they do it is they split everything equally. So there's 4 devs. They split everything. I don't know, man. That's such a good idea. It's such a good idea, especially if you're already trying to do that. I don't know. It's I've just been thinking about it crazy. Well, I'm definitely going to give it a shot. I'm assembling a team. Who's in? Listen, John, here's the deal, John. I'm not even joking when I say this. You're the perfect candidate. Because what you were able to do with that Exorcist game, what was it called? The Exorcist Trials. That is the perfect example of the game that someone would want. That is the perfect example. And I'm telling you, all these games I have right here in this journal, they're all tiny games. When I say tiny, I want to clarify. They're full game ideas, but they're just small. It's Prepare the Past. Prepare the Past is not a huge game. I've been able to create most of it within 5 months. I might be interested, but I can't commit to these things. Kids grow up, and kids kind of throw a wrench in my playing time. That's what I'm saying, dude. Mischief Motors, dude, I could not agree with you more. Having kids, it throws a whole lot of stuff into it. But I'm just if someone were to find committed people, I mean, brother, what? I don't know. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I've just been thinking about it. I've been thinking about people who would be interested, and John, you came in my mind right away. I was oh, John could do this. Just because I played the Exorcist Trials, and I was this is exactly the fact that you were able to make that game in a month, and that's that's a perfect example. You were able to make that game in a freaking month, dude. And then if you're you know what, I want my next game to be a little bigger. You're okay, I have I have a whole another 3 months. Actually, you know, you have more than 3 months because it's like, so let's say you built that game in a month, and then now you have 4 plus 3. That's 7 months to make a game. You know. There's always a way to find an argument, though. Like, if we all make games at the same rate except one, I'd agree to lower money returns. There's always a way to find an arrangement, not an argument. An arrangement, though. Yeah, if we're all making games at the same rate except one, I'd agree to lower. Yeah. I don't know. And I think we could, if you were doing this and you were talking to the group, would be like, okay, like, before we open the Patreon, let's each have like 3 games ready to fire right away. Like, okay, like these 3, like, let's say there's 4 people and they each have 3 games ready to go. Let's just say that. That way, like, if you're like, oh my gosh, you know, like I had the flu and my brother lost an arm, you know, it was a busy 4 months. You're like, okay, all right, you just release one of your backlog games and you're fine, you know. Plus, if we actually did it and made enough to go full time, that's not an issue at all, dude. I mean, the argument goes out the freaking window if you're going full time. If I was doing this full time, I could make like 3 games in 4 months, you know, like that would be wild, you know. Yeah. I don't know. And like the other cool part is like, okay, like let's say starting up with 3 or 4 games is a good idea. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like if you were to, like, you'd have to like draw attention to the collective, you know. I think Sock Pop Collective, they released like a game that like didn't go viral, but it was like became very popular. And like that's how everybody was like, yo, this game, they released this game and like they're just like releasing games all the time. You know, I'm just gonna do that, you know. I'm just gonna like join the Patreon. So like you have to like figure out a way to like make a splash, you know? But yeah. Just thinking. I haven't done anything. I've been talking for 45 minutes. But I'm just excited about this idea. What about a shared YouTube channel as well? Well, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I was gonna say, Mithril. Is like they do have a channel. Like it's like the Sock Pop Collective YouTube channel. And like I do agree, like there should, like, if you're gonna have a collective, you should probably have a YouTube channel that like represents the collective. But what would be also cool is like if each developer also had their own like following, you know, like bring in views or patrons. Yeah, exactly. So if each of you had like I don't have like a huge following, but like even like you, John, like you have like a channel, you know, like just like a small channel to like where like someone could get could have a connection with each developer. I don't know, I think that has potential as well. And then the other thing is like a rising tide raises all ships. You know what I mean? So like if you're in a collective with someone and one of them blows up, let's say one game just blows up, that means like everybody's ship rises, you know? Like everyone is going to get, it's just like, man, honestly, you're probably the best. I mean, I do have a few friends. That's the thing, is like you need to find people who want to make small games, who are also kind of solo developers. So like, that's kind of tough to find. A lot of people want to make big games. I don't have any following, but I don't put effort in it. I'd be more comfortable making videos in French but then you're also cutting your audience by half, but at least half. Yeah. I don't know. There's just like so many different aspects to that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I reached out to some of my fellow developers to gauge interest, and I wanted to talk about it today. Is that messed up? No, it's not messed up. It just looks messed up. I know some people. I could always kind of throw an idea out there. Yeah. The thing is like, I also, it's like you gotta find people who jive well together. Like you gotta like. The scary part would be like having a developer, a part of the collective, who's just like a wild card. Like you would need some like hyper consistent people. I'll be back. All right, man. Maybe they share Discord, but each dev has their own dedicated channel for chatting and discussing. Yeah, yeet. I'd be good at product development courses like how to plan and manage scope and such. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you were here earlier, but on the side, I'm making like a developer project manager, a web application that like assists in that. Now this is like a very tiny slice of it, but like, so if you're in here and so let's say I want to make a Unity tower defense game, and like that was, wow, I spelled defense wrong. This thing doesn't even know. Defense. Is that how you spell defense? Oh, it's an E. I'm dumb. But like, let's say you wanted to make a Unity tower defense, a Unity tower defense game, and you're like, okay, so you make it, so you expand this, and then you can, hold on. Oh yeah, I need to fix that. You type in like all you need in here, and then like it suggests videos for you to help you, like a Unity tower defense complete beginner tutorial. It like gives you things to like help you complete tasks, and then you can add notes and stuff like that, and it like just helps you make a game. Basically, that's all it does. It helps you make a game, and then everything you input here is saved. So like you can have like a complete roadmap of like how to like make a game, and like add notes to it, and then you can upload that roadmap for other people to follow, if that makes sense. And then and stuff like that. So it's something I'm making in my free time. But I got a message here. Okay. I need to do this real quick. Let's do this. My head is swimming with ideas for a collective. LOL. Sorry. Work. Man, I'll stop being a distraction. Nah, man, you're good. I think the coffee is. I was like hyped up on coffee there for a second. I think I'm starting to come down a little bit. But dude, for me, with the collective idea, it's the possibilities. The possibilities, man. Like, I've been thinking about ways of how I could make this a full-time gig a lot lately. Because I want to make it a full-time thing. But I haven't really found a way yet that I like believe in, that I'm like, oh, that's it. And then I heard this idea. I'm like, okay, is that a possibility? Because it obviously worked for these guys. So like, what's that mean? You know, like, I don't know. I mean, the thing is like, obviously, John, you have kids. And so it's like, you can't just like make a willy-nilly idea, like a willy-nilly decision, you know, like each decision needs to be like thought through and stuff like that. I cannot figure out this shadow. And that's just like what I've been doing in the past. Like, actually, I heard about it yesterday. But yeah. I've had ideas for small games, so it gets me to do them. I'm thinking of making a smaller game next. Yeah, I love making small games, mainly because I love telling stories, and that's what a smaller game allows you to do quicker, is tell a story. So it would give me, yeah. That's a good idea. 1 second. All right, I'm back. I'm talking to someone else about it. Okay. Let me. Actually, you know what I'm going to do right here, right now? I'm going to go into dev discussion. Okay. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is let's do. And then let me bring up this. Boom, boom. Boom. throw some red in here. I do not like that. I think I'm gonna do this. Now let's lower it down here. A little less saturation. Oh, that looks great. I actually like that. I really don't want to spend a lot of time on this, honestly. I kind of want to keep it moving here. What you making? These are buttons for the level select. I'm not like dead set on it, but it's kind of what I'm going for. I'm trying to think of like each level's like thing. Like I'm trying to make it kind of like look like the level that it's from. Does that make sense? If that makes sense. Burn. It's a little too saturated for me. Not that. What that is. Not that. Actually, maybe that's the top one. Maybe like a light gray. Well, okay, let me add some more trees. Not that. And then actually maybe like a black strip here. I'm guessing he's making an enemy? Nah, I'm making some UI buttons. This will be a button. Click. Whoops. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Currently making a level select screen. What's up, Chance? Pixel art looks good. The pixel art looks good. Great. I'm glad you think that, Chance. I think it's questionable. How you doing, Chance? How you doing? I'm gonna ask you a question, Chance. It's a question I've been asking everybody. Are you here, Chance? Yeet Force, I am back. What's up, Yeet? Hope you're doing good today. This needs a little bit more. It needs some pop to it. It needs some pop. Some pop, eh? This one looks... I'm not a huge fan of these... of this. Maybe I can do like... sort of like a... I'm good working on some RuneScape top-down projects. Sick, man. Chance, have you ever heard of the Sock Pop Collective? Have you ever heard of the Sock Pop Collective? No. Nice. Sock Pop Collective is a group of developers who share their projects. It's a group of 4 developers. They share a Patreon and they release a game once a month. Each developer singly develops a game and then releases it once a month. So since there's 4 developers, each developer has 4 months to make their game. And so they release a game every 4 months. And then all the money that comes in from the Patreon and the Steam sales, they split. And that's a really interesting idea to me. And I'm getting people's opinions about it. This just is not giving enough saturation. It needs a little bit more, I think. I sure hate that color, I gotta say. Too much tomato! Yo! Too much tomato! You're the guy I want to talk to. How's it going? It's going good, dude. It's going good. Just making some UI elements. Too much tomato. I gotta ask you a question. Are you here? Sounds cool. I know, Chance. Too much tomato. Are you here? Can I ask you a question? Too much tomato. You're like the perfect guy I want to ask this to. Have you heard of the Sock Pop Collective? Have you heard of them? Have you heard of the Sock Pop Collective? I love Sock Pop Collective. Inspirational. Yes, dude. Yes. What are your thoughts on what they got going there? What are your thoughts on what they got going? I just learned about them yesterday, and it has inspired me as well, to say the least. It has inspired me as well. They did a good post-mortem after a year or two of it. Yeah. Yeah, I only listened to like a tiny chunk of their GDC, or they did a GDC conference about it. And they're all really good solo devs. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think? Like, is that like a cool? Is that like a cool idea to you? Is that attractive to you? What in your mind is negative? Would be negative to you about it? I'm trying to get the pros and cons. So, interesting thing about the structure that I didn't realize at first is essentially each of them works on their own game and they get help from each other and stagger the releases. I think it's amazing, but you have to have an all-star team. Yeah, 100%. That is what you have to have, yeah, an all-star team. An all-star team. Yeah. I'm just thinking. I already love to make small games. That's the thing, though. Is that I know that they released that stack game, and I know it blew up for them, and that's what really drove a ton of traffic to them. But I don't know, man. It just seems like such a good idea. Stacklands blew up. Yes, Stacklands. That's what it was called. But I mean, think of it this way: like, if that is your model of development, let's say, is that you're just making games all the time, you're gonna start getting good at the craft, you know. And the more you do it, the chances of making a game that is even just like a little successful continues to go up, you know. And I was saying this earlier, but like the more games you create and release, that net continues to get wider and wider and wider, you know. Because I know they have their Patreon, but they also have all their games on Steam, I believe. Actually, let me check that. I don't know. It just seems like I'm trying to find the negatives, and the negative really is like, so to find the negative, you have to first figure out what made them successful in the first place. And first off, like you said, they're like really freaking good developers, first of all. And they had a game that kind of blew up. And so it's like, how rare is that? How rare is it to have 4 developers that are like the top of their game, you know? And then how rare is it to have a game that blows up? And both of those things are kind of rare, to be honest. But like I said, the more you do it, the better you get. I don't know, man. It's just a cool idea. Steam. Visit the website. Yes, please. Sock Pop Collective. I want to see like their store. Like, what do they got going on? I want to lists. I want to see their games. Yeah, here's all their games. Wow, okay. Holy crap. They have so many games. Is that their rating? Why is there 7? Or is that the game they made? Is that how many games they made? Wow, so some of their games are $10. Interesting. Let me do this. Smaller games are easier to scope to, easier to stay on target. Yeah. Yeah. Dino game. So for instance, what I was saying earlier, I mean, if you're making 4 games a year, you're bound to have a decent list. So after so long, yeah. So to my point earlier about like, okay, so like, let's say you wanted to make a larger game, you know, so you have $3 games here, you know, these are all $3. And then I saw one up here. Where is it? Good Lord. You know, all these $3 games. And then you see like, okay, they're probably thinking, okay, you know, our games are getting a little bit better. You know, after a while, they're like, okay, itch might be a better place to see their full list. I don't know if they even publish everything on Steam. Yeah, maybe not. I wonder why there's a 10 here. Why is that? Sock 10? Why is that? I don't know. But they're like, okay, our games are getting a little better. Let's move up the price a little bit. And so now they're like, all of them are like $5, you know, and it's like $5. And you know what? You know, this game's a little bit bigger, a little bit better than the typical one. Just make this one $7. They group them in seasons. Oh, and 10 is season 10. Ah, okay. Very interesting. My point earlier, Too Much Tomato, is that like a lot of people, myself included, is like I don't want to be pigeonholed into making smaller games. And then I was thinking like, okay, what if I would just plan for like, okay, this cycle I'm going to make 2 smaller games, and then that way, after that cycle, I have like 8 months to work on a game. Punk Cake Deluxe also follow the Sock Pop, and they seem to do pretty well. Ooh, another guy, Punk Cake. All right, let me see these guys. Let me see. They look like Game Jam games. Yes, they are smaller games, to your point, Chance. They are smaller games. But if you enjoy making smaller games, it's a no-brainer. That one is a duo. Interesting. And they release a game do they release a game like every 2 months then? The Pancake Deluxe. Huh. Let me see this. Sorry, I'm shouting into the mic. I'm just getting excited. Oh, man. Yeah, they're doing it too. Shoot, man. Hold on, let me check out their Steam page. What the heck, dude? What the heck? Hold on, let me do this instead. So this is the other one that Too Much Tomato just mentioned over on Steam. Oh, man. Dude, how much is this? $5. And then you got bundles? Dude. Oh, man. I'm just saying. They made Shotgun King. I have heard of that. Yeah, Shotgun King right there. I have heard of that game. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm telling you. You have done well in the Pixel Jam last week. You would have done well in the Pixel Jam last week. Yeah, all right, Matt. With our powers combined, we can... Yes. Dude, that's what I'm saying, though. To your point, Too Much Tomato, is like, the more you release, the higher... That's also fantastic. The King's walking around. That's such a freaking good game idea. No wonder it freaking blew up. The King has a shotgun. That's such a good idea. Dude, I'm getting hyped up. I'm getting hyped up. I gotta go pee again, but I'm getting hyped up, guys. Who wants to do this? Who wants to do this? If letters had pants. What? That's amazing. If letters had pants. Hot wax. Oh my gosh. Okay, so like obviously these guys are like amazing as well. It's Tetris. That's such a good idea. What the heck? That's such a good idea. Yeah, holy. Hot wax. The Tetris blocks are made of wax. They're candles. Waves hand frankly. I want to do it. Oh my gosh. That's such a freaking good idea. If there are 2 groups doing this successfully, why wouldn't a third work? Assuming that we qualify okay for this. It's just crazy. What the flip? What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? I can't... it's in my brain now. Shotgun King. Build the Sun? What is this? I've seen this game. I've seen this game. I've seen this game on Twitter. Well, X now. Oh my, I'm getting fired up. I'm getting fired up. I'm getting fired up. I gotta go pee. I'll be right back. I'm getting fired up, though. This is crazy town. I'm not doing anything today. I've been streaming for an hour and a half. Haven't done anything. I'll be right back. Probably cruising through me right now. Oh, okay. Especially if they work together on the same thing at the same time. Oh, man. I'm getting fired up. Okay, so I need to learn more about these people. So this is Pancake Deluxe. I want to know, do they have we are a game dev duo and one music composer making a new game every month. Good Lord, Jandis. Holy cow. Hold on. Is it punk cake or is it pancake? It is punk cake. I made a mistake. So Punk Cake Collective is a little bit more like just a regular studio, but they're doing it. Do they have a Patreon? Pancake Collective? There is a Pancake Collective. So there is a Pancake Collective. This is about pancakes. That one is about pancakes. Okay. That's funny. Punk Cake is Patreon funded, yes. Okay. I want to find their Patreon. Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh man, too much tomato. Oh my gosh. So okay, it is confusing because it's not Punk Cake, but their branding is Pancake, so it's a little confusing. But dang. If letters had pants. What the frick, dude? Okay, I want to also see how many games do they have out. Too much tomato. Is this attractive to you? I also love this, but I don't think I am consistent enough to pull something like this off. Okay. I'm just like, I'm trying to just like field developers and just to see like, is this attractive? Is it not attractive? Why not? I'm just curious. Blast. I'm just curious what people think about it. Waves hand, frankly, I want to do it. Yeah. Listen, John. I'm calling you up. So what is this game? I love that, but so this is like a Scrabble type game. I would love to play the music. Just okay. It's attractive once you're in. It's hard to commit at the beginning, at least for me. 100%. It is so appealing to be able to work on literally every idea you have. Yeah. Oh, why is it? I mean, I know why it's so attractive, but it also just seems fun. Like, I've been kind of working as a solo dev for a while, for this year really, and there are certain perks to working solo. The highs are high and the lows are low as a solo. But this, it just seems like you have the highs of a solo dev, but not the lows. Because the lows of a solo dev are like, oh crap, I'm in this alone. The highs are high and the budgets are low. Exactly, too much tomato. Oh, that's a cool idea. To me at least, the highs of solo development is that you can make any idea you want. You're not bound by the corporate, like, oh, you need to make this type of game. As a solo developer, you don't need to worry about that. But the lows of a solo developer are that you are alone. Like, nothing is going to move unless you move. And if you're in a collective like this, nah, man, you can make any game you want, but we're going to hold you accountable and we're going to help you do it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. So if I were to do something like this, I would need to prepare the pass first, obviously. I'm not doing any work today. I got nothing done. But man, it's such a cool idea. It's been stuck in my brain. Like I've always said, I don't want to be rich. If I could just pay the bills and live, I'd be happy to make games. I'd be happy making games. Dude, same. Again, I need someone to tell me that it's a bad idea. I need someone to tell me the crucial flaw in this. That's what I need. Because I can only think of the positives. I am an optimist, but I can only think of the positives right now. Because it's like, okay, like, oh man, like, but like to do like this thing right here, like if letters had pants, like that looks so freaking good. But like, what if someone in the collective was just like a really good artist, and that was just like part of like you have multiple people who are like good at stuff. What the heck? What the heck? Okay, devil's advocate time. What happens if you miss a deadline? Okay. See? Too much tomato? You prepare for this. Let's say you were going to start a collective. Let's say you wanted to start a collective. Let's say, okay, if you want to be part of this collective, you need to have at least, let's say, 2 games in the chamber ready to go. Let's say that, you know. If you want to be a part of let's say in 6 months we want to start a collective. We each need to have 2 games in the chamber ready to go, so that if someone misses a deadline, we have someone to fill that deadline. If someone misses a deadline, we have a game to fill. I think you would need to plan for that, because life happens, especially as a dad of 2 with a wife and a house. You know, like I need to plan ahead and be ready for crazy stuff, you know? So if someone misses a deadline, we have a game to fill. That's what I would say. How confident are you to be able to make a game every 4 months, getting ideas and building them? Mischief Motors, I am pretty confident. I've made a ton of game jams. 2 games in the chamber is a smart idea, but the phrase sounds so funny to me for some reason. 2 games in the chamber. Yeah. How confident are you? I am pretty confident. I made a ton of game jams. I've been a part of a bunch of like 48-hour game jams. So I'm pretty confident in my ability to like throw something together. That's the thing, and that's what Too Much Tomato brought up earlier, is like your games have to be good. They have to be good. And that's you'd want to make sure the games are small enough so that you could focus on quality, you know? I'm not getting any work done. That's okay. Sometimes you don't get work done. That's okay. All right, Too Much Tomato. What else you got? Got another devil's advocate for me? Why is it a bad idea? Once I have my game out, I'd be willing to try. I made Core Torso Tennis in 4 months, but put it on Steam Next Fest, but then decided wanted to work on it longer. I had to do some contract work too. That's the thing, Too Much Tomato. That's the thing. That's what I've been saying I've chatted with a few other developers actually while I've been streaming. So it's hard to release stuff sometimes. 100%. Too Much Tomato, maybe you heard me say this earlier. But like, let's say you did want to make a game like Torso Tennis and you needed a little bit more time. Okay, then let's plan for that and be like, okay, this next cycle, I'm just gonna make 2 smaller games. That way, I have 8 months to work on this larger game idea I have. And what if you made a game and then the next cycle for you instead of making a new game, you just made a game-sized DLC for the same idea? Yeah, I'd say you could do that. I don't know. For the team you're working on, you would need to like, okay, like, is that something we want to do? You know, yeah. These are things I love talking about. I feel like we get into discussions on this stream and then I don't do any work, but like, this is what I love talking about, this kind of stuff. I feel like we were talking about something like this the other day too. What was it? I just love hanging out. I think that's what it is. I just love hanging out. It's not a work day, it's an idea day. There you go. There you go, John. Speak my language. Once I have a game out, I'd be willing to try. Yeah. So it's almost June right now. I think I would need like 6 months prep time. You can also share your ideas so someone else in the collective can make it if they have no idea. That's true. Also, you have built-in playtesters and built-in people to bounce ideas off of that like genuinely like want to see it succeed. Like you are like, okay, that's a stupid idea, or hey, that's a good idea, let's expand on that. You have like, again, Bart, what's up, Bart? You're here at the right time. Let me talk to you about something. Okay, what happens if you decide to quit? You lose the shares of income from all your games? Bart has a great point. There we go, Bart. That's the type of negative stuff I'm talking about. I do wonder if I do wonder what an alternative universe Sock Puppet would look like if they worked on 2-year-long projects together. Yeah. Yeah. Bart brings up a great point. What if you want to leave the group? Do you suddenly lose that? So I've accumulated so many ideas over the years, so dumbing them down and making them all would feel super fulfilling, 100%. Bart, I think this would be my perspective. I would think I would view the collective as its own entity. So let's say you're just like a part of a studio and like you had your hand in the studio. Now I do realize it is a little different. But I think if you're making games for the collective, the games stay with the collective. That's how I would think. I think you would lose your... I think you would not get the perks of the collective. If you leave the collective, like the games you make are for the collective. That's how I think I would view it. That's how I think I would view it. What else? More questions. More questions. Too much tomato. I do wonder what an alternative universe... Yeah. That's the other thing. What if these amazing developers were making bigger games? Would they be better games? Bart has another thing. I mean, on Steam, it's mostly the release that makes the money, so I guess it would be fine. I would be very, very curious to see how much money they make on Steam, because I would assume that most of their audience is a Patreon supporter. Therefore, they're not buying the games. I would assume that most of them are already subscribed, so they wouldn't be buying games. But, okay, all right, let's see it. Let's go back to... Well, no. Can someone who gets a game from, like, a Patreon, can they leave a review? Because you can't review a game that you got for free, right? Like, if you got a code for a game, you can't buy it, you can't review it. Is that right? I'm not sure. You can review it, but doesn't count towards your score. Interesting. So, like, let's just look at the reviews of the games. Oh my gosh, they released 112 games. That's crazy town. You can, but it says received product for free, I think. Okay. Like the number 10 positive. You probably have a few games to start it out. Yeah. Electric Fairyland. Grun. I want to look at top sellers. Let's look at the top sellers. So Stackland's obviously a top seller. Holy cannoli. So that's a lot. 25,000. Now I realize that Stacklands is their most profitable game. But it only takes one, my friends. It only takes one. Yo, that's insane. Getting in a bundle with Slay the Spire? Get the heckaroni out of here. Sheesh. Top sellers. So Grun. So let's see what Grun is. October. Wow, interesting. Okay. So 500. So I mean, obviously, so 700 views. Yes, Slay the Spire is an awesome bundle. Yeah. Super interesting. So let's look at the reviews. 9 hours. That's pretty great. Receive the product for free. Can I review purchase type? Steam purchases. So 760 were Steam purchases. That's crazy. Okay. That's actually insane. That's a way higher number than I expected. That is a way higher number than I expected. 700 people. 700 were Steam purchases of the reviews. And $5 per purchase is crazy. That's actually crazy. I'm trying to think of the percentage. Okay. So purchase type. So all was, let's just round it up. Let's say 800 and 700. Look, I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm doing this somehow. That's such a high rate. That's super high. I mean, I'm gonna be doing this thing and stuff anyway. I might as well. That's so crazy. I want their low sellers. What's their lowest seller? Top seller. Let's go the whole way down. I'm assuming it's one of their first games. This is their lowest seller. I think. Maybe not. 2020 they released this game. 100. That's still a ton. Okay. All right. So here's a good. So about half. So about, well, actually not even actually. About a quarter. About a quarter. It's only 20. It's not even a quarter. It's like an eighth. An eighth of the purchases were. An eighth of their purchases were probably from Patreon. That's crazy. I think Gren was a longer term project. Let's look at it. DLC, they have DLC. Interesting. Interesting. Who is Tom Van Dan? Who is this guy? He's just one of the developers, I guess. This is some interesting stuff, folks. Interesting stuff. Frog Adventure. I love the art. This art is fantastic. I mean, look at this art. Look at this art. So good. What the heck? This is amazing. I have another developer friend I think would be perfect for this, but I know he's doing something else right now. Yes, Bean? Do you need something? Do you want to say hi? Here is Bean. She's here to say hello. Hello, it's me. Well, that looks delightful. That looks delightful. Okay. Draw bubbles. Let me see if I can get this gradient mask up and going here. Wow, it's like a child drawing game art. I know. I'm getting sleepy. I'm starting to crash. Okay. I drew some bubbles. Oh wait, no, draw level buttons. Yeah, I did that. Ouch. I want to do the gradient mask next. That's what I want to do. Okay, Bean, you're being a little bit of a nuisance here. You're being rich and around here. Let me just put you over here. Oh my goodness. You good? You good, girl? Goodness gracious. Okay. I think let's get Photopea up here. Also, I want to. Oh man, too much tomato. Are you still here, by the way? Not sure if you're here yet. I would like to. Yes, please. Where are you? Yes, too much tomatoes here. Crap, now I forgot what I was going to ask you. Oh, yes. Well, actually, it's whatever. I updated my player, my main player art. I'm digging it. I'm going to show it off. Yes, Bean, where are you? Do you want to leave? Oh, hold on. My cat wants to leave. Wait, no you don't. Where are you? Are you just being dramatic? There you go. Okay. Is your cat named Bean? Yes, she is. My cat's name is Bean. Your dog is named Bean? That's crazy. No, it's not. No. Are you joking? That's crazy. I don't believe you. Your dog's name is Bean? Prove it. That's crazy. Bean's a great name. What can I say? My dog is Bean. Excuse me. No, you have to leave. First time chatter, get out of here. Get out of here. See you later, pal. My neighbor's cat is Bean. What? I guess it's a popular name. I don't feel as special anymore. I have removed things. I apologize. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas! Except that cat is pure evil. Sorry to distract. You don't need to watch it. Post it on the Discord. We like those things on Discord. We want to see your Doge. Doge. Oh, dearie me. I'm getting sleepy. I mean, I've reached out to some buddies. How long do you think, what's up, Zon? Zon, another guy I want to talk to. Too much tomato. I had a question for you, actually. How long, what, I'm gonna get mega laggy here. Hold on to your britches. How long do you think your game Torso Tennis is gonna take to complete yet? Hold on, just gotta check something here. Just marketing it until I feel like it's time. Nice. Oh, Zon, you haven't seen this too yet. Oh, heavens. This is my new main character. New character. Who dis? I think he makes it look so much better. Wow, very nice. New character looks great. Looks smooth. Yeah, he does. I think it looks fantastic. Super happy with it. I don't know. It's like the previous character I was like okay with. But I didn't realize just how much better a new character would look. I think that was my thing. Yeah, it looks sweet. I just don't think I realized how much better it would look until I did it. And I think it looks a billion times better. So I'm stoked about it. I'm stoked. So I just wanted to show that off. I am still making a game. It's coming together, and I wanted to show this off. Yeah. Not that the previous one didn't. I also got to tweak a few things with it, but. Just wanted to show that off quick. How you doing, Bart? What was I doing? Oh yeah. Let's go back to the test seed. 3 people on the Twitch side. What's up? It has been raining for days at my house. And I'm worried that my basement is going to flood. Better not. Better not. I'm going to be upset if it does. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, here we go. I would like to create a gradient. Oh, heavens. All thanks to the demo and YouTubers playing it. Good. Got 1,200 wish lists yesterday. What? That's dope. I have given the sock pup formula some thought, and I think I would release 3 games per year, 4 months per game, and hit every Steam Next Fest with a new game. Not saying I'm going to do this, but that's the tightest timeline I would do. 4 months per game. I mean, like, we would need 4 people. I'm not saying I'm just saying too much tomato. I'm just saying, if you want to do this thing, hit a brother up if you think you want to do it. I'm just saying you might have a friend in me. Toy Story style. Toy Story style. You got a friend in me. That's all I'm saying. And John. Also, the cool thing about that, hey, hit me up too, I'd be down. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, people want to do this. I'm just saying. What am I saying? I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying. What can I say? File new. Too much tomato. I'm just saying. I'm getting in the groove of editing videos. Once you set up a system, it's good. Dude, Zon, I'm telling you, once you get in the flow, rest is history, my friend. Zon, have you heard of the Sock Pop Collective? Have you heard of it? What am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, definitely count me in. Too much tomato. Let me know if this is something you're serious about, and if you want to have an alliance. I don't know. Is this something? I mean, like, is this something I'm serious about? I think so. I don't know. I mean, it just makes sense. It's what I'm doing. It's what John said earlier. I'm doing it already. It's just a safer bet. It's a safer path. It's not even the safer path. I mean, it is the safer path. However, it's like, I could literally do everything I'm doing now, but better. That's how I view it. It would just be better. That's it. It would just be better. That's what I'm saying. You know what I also think? This is another thing I think. I also think this might be controversial. I don't mean it to be. However, excuse me, I just burped and it's gross. And it would also take so much weight off of the shoulders since we wouldn't have to have a hit to survive. 100%. And if you get a hit, it's a plus. 100%. What was I going to say? I got sidetracked by the amazing point you just made, John. I just remembered the point. My point is that, again, controversial. Well, actually, looking at this right here, it doesn't really prove my point. But I feel like, again, I don't mean to be whatever. Should I say it? I don't even think I should say it. I'm going to say it. I feel like all sock pop games, again, I want to say that they're way better than me in every way possible, but they all kind of look similar. Imagine if you had 4 devs who made completely different type of games, Just imagine that. Maybe that would be a good thing. Maybe it wouldn't be a good thing. I don't know. But I'm probably just not making sense. But yeah. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I at least, before the day ends here, I got to jump off in like a half hour. I got to make this gradient thing. I have to at least do that. And make a few buttons. Come on. I can do that. File new. I want. My nose is so itchy. It's not even funny. Let's do a 4x4. 400 by 400. Yeah. Create. Dude, John. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. I mean, I would always make 2D pixel art games. 100%. And that's okay. That's the thing, John. That's the thing. The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. And like I said earlier, a rising tide raises all ships. The better I get, the better you're going to get. Because I'm going to be like, yo, John, you should try this thing. And John would be like, oh, man, I don't know how to do that, though. And then I'd be like, John, let me help you out. And then John's like, oh, yeah, this is actually dope. And then you get better. And then same way with you. I like, John, I can't. I want to make a Metroidvania game, but I don't know how to do it. And you're like, as John, I'm John right now. John would be like, Matthew, I've made like 1,000 of them. Let me help you out. And then I make a Metroidvania. And it's like, rest is history, my friend. What am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making a gradient. But I want... This always confuses the heck out of me. I want this. Okay, and so what I need to do here now is... Let's undo that. Why is this all jacked up? I need to like put together something here. What I need to do is I need to finish Prepare the Past. I need to finish Prepare the Past. That needs to be priority number 1. Because I'm getting all these ideas and I feel like, not that Prepare the Past is holding me back, but like I feel like I can't move forward until this game is done. And it's like almost done. I literally could probably finish this game in like 2 weeks. Why haven't I done it? I don't know. Oh, I just thought of another plus. If you were a collective, this might be the biggest plus of all. If you are a collective that has a following, essentially, you don't have to worry about marketing. What? You don't have to worry about marketing your game because you have a collective. You already have an audience of patrons. You don't have to worry about marketing if you have a collective. That might be the biggest thing of all. What the heck? That, to me, might be the biggest thing. That might be the biggest plus of all. My camera is really annoying me. People who are here, what are your thoughts on that? You don't have to worry. I mean, you don't have to worry. It's not as serious. I mean, that's kind of your point, John, earlier. Too much tomato. Are you still here? What are your thoughts on that? You don't have to really worry about marketing because you have a collective. You have to market a little bit, but the more I think about this, the more it makes sense. Oh, also, what if we add games we've already made to the Patreon release? I mean, people who play for free won't push your Steam release. So if you want to make money, I'd say it's the same. Let's think about this. Let's think about this part. That is a good point. All right, Bart. But yeah, audience that bought previous games will potentially be also interested in new games. I have a Steam game that I will share. Bart, okay. All right, Bart. You're here to be the devil's advocate, and I appreciate it. All right. You would probably still have to worry a little bit about marketing. You probably have to worry about marketing a little bit. So overall, I'd say the biggest problem is to get the ball rolling. That, Bart, I think you're right. I think, okay, you first have to assemble the team. You first have to assemble the collective. 4 devs. What's up? We need to get 4 devs that are A, talented, 2, committed. What would be the rubric? What would be the rubric? You're talented, you're committed. Maybe, well, you would not only need to be committed, but you'd have to have a track record of commitment. Is it those 2 things? Are those 2 things you would need? What else? Talented and committed. I guess a team player. You need to be a team player. You need to, like, you would have to have the collective in mind. Talented, shifty eyes. Well, I can check some box. I can check most boxes. What do you mean by that, John? John, you're very talented. Please don't talk down to yourself like that. You're very talented. I played Exorcist Trials. The fact that you were able to make that game in a month is insane. That is actually crazy. You should be very proud of yourself. Focused. You think that should be one of them? You have to be focused. Yeah, I would agree. Okay. All right. Too much tomato. Are you still here, by the way? Are you still here? I have 2 games ready to go. Bart, you in on all this? Bart, what you got going is insanity. You are crazy. Maybe I have a body of work to show. Maybe have a body of work to show? No, like you said before. I mean, you'd probably have 2 games ready. Oh, yes. Yes. You're right. A rubric. Yeah. You gotta have to have 2 games ready to go. So I'm thinking, like, if I'm thinking 6 months out, like, okay, maybe if I'm able to finish Prepare the Past, May, June, July. Let's say by the end of July, Prepare the Past is out. I would want maybe 6 months to prepare this collective. The first thing I would have to do is assemble the team. Let's assemble this team. Once the team is assembled, all right, now that we are assembled, we start cooking some we start cooking some games. We start cooking some games. So that once the collective is going, if this works, someone needs to make a YouTube video explaining the stream and that changed our lives. Divorce, of course. Yes. I'm thinking. Let me tell you this. I gotta start a Miro board. You kidding me? So if you have 4 members, would you be starting with 8 games? No. Well, that's a good point. I think if you have 4 members, I think those 4 members I think each member should have 2. Yes, 2 in the chamber. Yes, 2 in the chamber. Oh, too much tomato. Oh yeah, too much tomato. Were you the one? Did I? How did we cross paths? Was it with Sundown? Was it through Sundown? Too much tomato? I was gone for a minute. Sorry. No, you're good. Too much tomato. Did we cross paths? I raided you one time. Just out of luck? Did you raid me? Was it through... Do you know Sundown? Sundown Studio? He made the Feathered Serpent. Is that... Was that part of the scenario where we met? I know... Yes, I know of Sundown. Okay. He would be another guy to potentially reach out to because he's freaking good at making small games. He's like crazy talented. He would be a guy that would be great to have on a team. Also, he has a... Well, he did have a following. He kind of dropped off the face of the earth a little bit. Yeah. I'm getting hungry. Hold on. Okay, so to your point, John, you would first need, so each person would need 2 games in the chamber, because if someone were not able to reach a deadline, there would be a game able to be released. So, you would need that. And then possibly so let's say you start January, okay? Then you would be like, okay, so whoever is doing January, would you want a game to let's say your Patreon starts in January. Do you want a game ready for January? It would take about a year, really, for the Patreon to become, like, valuable. I'm getting hungry up in this house. I'm getting hungry. How many missed deadlines until someone gets kicked from the collective or not given funds? I think that's a good point, John. That'd be a hard decision to make. I have no idea. I do not know. Because I would say if you have a game to release for a deadline, I think you can stay you can stay there. But if you've diminished all of your games in the chamber, as Too Much Tomato loves, if you diminished all your games in the chamber, that's no fun, and then you have to use someone else's chamber, you have to use someone else's bullet, that's not fun. I think if you have exhausted all of your deadline, all of your like backups, and you've had to like let's say you miss 4 months, that's like a lot. Like if you've missed 4 of your own cycles, yeah, it would probably be based on the situation. Because if like someone like gets like really sick or something like that, but like they're like, you know, like they're part of the collective, and like you want them to be there. That's the thing, is if like the collective is like, no, bro, we want to keep you around. Like we don't care. Like we'll pick up your slack. Like, okay, that's fine. You know. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? I want to create a square gradient, a gradient square. And I want, although you have a good point as well. Yeah. Gotta go through all my unfinished games and make them games in the chamber. Yes, dude, I have like so many. That's actually a great point. How many of, that's like too much tomato. You just made the best point. How many of us have unfinished projects? I at least have like 5 unfinished projects. All of those games are like you just said, too much tomato, games in the chamber. Too much tomato. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. What am I trying to do here? I want to turn on the opacity. What is this? Why is there a degree here? I want to turn down the opacity. Bro, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Exactly. To be honest, I only have one that will go back to finish. I mean, literally. So, like, if you go to the Soul Engine itch page, there's like at least 8 games there that are all itch games that could just be fleshed out more and made into projects. Like a game that someone what am I trying to say? All of those games are easy games to flesh out a little bit more and make better. 1000%. So I have like 8 games in this chamber. I'd like to turn on the opacity. I have like 5. I made a video about it. I did too, actually. Games in the graveyard is what I called it. Games in the graveyard. ER, matey. What am I doing? I am doing... Is there no option to have it be... Oh, opacity. I actually think I need 2 layers. Why is this all funky? I'm gonna undo that. I'd like to make a new layer, please. Alert time for me. Yeah, man, go for it. Too much tomato. I legitimately might be reaching out to you. I don't know. I might be reaching out to you. If that's something that you would be into. I don't know. Let me know. Okay. Okay. Now, let's get this and make it white. What? Once I finish with left hands, I'd be super down. Yeah, that's the thing, is that there's like a lot of things that need to happen before I would be able to do something like that. And then it's like, okay. I mean, honestly, like it's like I should just treat this game like I would for a collected. Oh man. Okay. This is the blur tool. I want the paint bucket. Oh, this isn't the right tool. Where art thou? Oh, you know what? It's the gradient. That's right. Why are you red? What? What's happening? Why is this being so funky? Okay, Photopea, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I'm not gonna use you. Goodbye. I'm just gonna use Photopea, or whatever this is. File new. Let's do 100 by 100. I think no. Let's do 500. And then I'd like to use a gradient tool. I have never used the gradient tool on this. Yeah, I want that. Whoa! Okay. Tolerance. Perfect. Okay. Now, I want it to be. I want a square. I just want white. Can I change this? Can I not do a square? I like to do a square. Tolerance? I don't know what tolerance is. Continuous? Why is it so? I want it to be a little bit more than that. It's kind of annoying. Let me see if... Does YouTube have anything to say about it? My PC is struggling. How to create pixel art gradients. I just want to like how to use the dynamic. Yeah. No. I'm just like I just want to know how to use it. It's so annoying because I feel like in every tool there ever was, the gradient tool is the hardest thing to use. What is this? Where are you? How to use linear... Yeah. Show me the way. Show me the way. Yo, have you guys seen the AI stuff recently? It's getting pretty wild. It's 3 months ago? Make it bigger. Yeah, it's ChatGPT. Okay. I have not. Oh, okay. How are we all doing? Sorry, I'm like brain activated mode. Reduce number of steps to the gradient tool. It is great. If you want to make the gradient less gradual, meaning you want the abrupt with fewer in-between shades, there are a few ways to do this. Reduce the number of steps in the gradient tool. Is this how, oh, do I do it within here? No, do there? Continuous. Oh, Lord. Oh, that's how I do it. Wait. Wait a second. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. So I have to, if I want, okay. I get it, I think. Okay, I get it. I get it. Never mind, thank you. ChatGPT is struggling these days. I kind of feel bad for it. It's kind of like a dog that you know needs to be put down, but it's just like sad. It's kind of how I feel about ChatGPT these days. Interesting discussion today. I gotta hop off. I'm getting hungry and I've got things to do. Interesting discussion today. I thought it was an interesting discussion, of course. Stick around. But yeah, I'll see you later, man. Maybe I'll see you in the evening at some point soon again. I feel like I haven't been on very much, but I'll see you later, man. I want to do this. Can I? Let's It's like, I just want to, I want it to, okay, it is doing that. I want it to be up and down. Okay, there it is, up and down. I want it to be like that. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is, let's grab this, boom. C, file new. Okay, and go boom. And go like this. Kind of. Sorry, I had to conduct an interview. I have returned. Hi there. How you doing, man? I'm gonna do this. CBS. File flip. I don't even know if this is gonna work, to be honest. Flip horizontally. Like so. Let's do this. I want it to be the same. Yeah, I kind of think I want that. Can I just do H? No. Is it shift H? What is it? Edit, flip horizontal. Shift H, yeah. There we go. Did I miss anything? Not really. I've kind of been focused here. Yeah. And then I'm going to, sorry, John. I'll have many more fun things to talk about. There will be fun things to talk about. Freaking hungry. But dinner's coming. You know what? I think that's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut. Okay. So, file. C. S'il vous plaît. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to file save this. File save as. A sprite. And I'm going to do gradient mask. Grad mask. And I think I'm going to do... I think I'm just going to throw it in there. I don't even care. I don't even care. And then, oh, I can just do this like this. Bada bing, bada boom. I should be able to just throw this baby right in here. Right in here. Maybe? We'll see. I don't even know if it's gonna work. Let's see if it. Let's just see if it'll work. Yo, it's your boy. Papa's getting hungry up in here. I need a banana. Daddy want pie. Is this it? No. Is this your car? Yeah, okay, this is it. Sprite. Hold on. How is there no Sprite? That's my question. Now I want Sprite. Here. Let's just move this to here. That's not gonna work. Poop stains. Can I think of what's frustrating? That it doesn't use the gradient. That's annoying. It doesn't. That is really frustrating. I could maybe do something, maybe think of it a little differently. Oh, my legs. What if I do something like this? Let's do something different here. Let's think of this differently. Oh, but you know, I just thought of something else. What if I made the mask? Hold on. I'm overthinking this. I'm way overthinking this. Hold on. I'm way overthinking this. What if I just make the mask the length of that? So honestly, I kind of like the way that looks, but whoa! Oh, I messed it up now. Like sometimes it just gets confused. Last toys. Okay, I'm reaching that point here. I think we're gonna hop off here soon, guys. I actually am gonna hop off. I did not get very much done today, but I had some good conversations. Yeah, I'm gonna jump off. Thank you guys for being here. What if it was opposite? Alright, I'm gonna jump off. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys. I might be reaching out to some of you here to talk about some things. But thank you guys for just chatting as always. Really appreciate it. I will be back next week at Wednesday again. And can't wait to chat some more. Alright guys. I will see ya on the flip side. You will be waiting, Mr. Matt. Goodbye, John. Wahaha. Goodbye.